What's up, everybody? Welcome to Body the Field Gaming, where just a couple hours ago, well, not a couple, like 12 hours ago, um, the DLC for the second DLC pack for Marvel's Capcom Infinite went live. So as you can see here, I have Venom. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a breakdown of all three characters that were released in this pack, which is Venom, Winter Soldier, and Black Widow. I'm gonna do them in order of simplest to most complicated. So I'm starting with Venom because, in my opinion, I think Venom is the easiest character to pick up in this DLC pack. I'm gonna go through his special moves. I am going to go through his normals, and I'm gonna try to show a few simple combos. I'm not the character just came out and I haven't really played him. I was more interested in Winter Soldier, so just bear with me. So first thing to talk about is his normals. This is his jab. It is not chainable at all. It is not spammable at all. It's pretty slow. It's got good range. It's got really good range for a jab. Um, but it is you can't chain it. Just for example, you can't do that. And that goes for all of his light normals. A lot of characters can chain their light normals, Venom cannot. That is his standing light kick. His crouching light kicks pretty slow, but again, good range. Good range for a light. Same with crouching light punch. Um, Standing fierce is heavy punch. It is not an overhead. It is a high. Um, so you can stand block or crouch block it. It is not an overhead, but again, good range. I think that's one of the main things that Venom has going for him is he's got really like that's crazy right there. It's really good range. Same with his standing heavy kick, good range. It is a high, so you can block it either standing or ducking. His sweep, this is low. Also, I probably shouldn't have to say this, but his crouching short does hit low. His sweep obviously hits low, which is his crouching, excuse me, his crouching heavy kick. It's low, and you get a launcher off of it, like most characters. And that is his launcher, down heavy punch. Pretty simple. He's a pretty simple character. Down heavy punch. His air normals, his air jab. It's got like a swipe effect, but it does not cross up. From what I've seen, it does not cross up. In fact, it's not very good for jump ins at all. As you can see, Spider-Man is a short character, but even still, it's kind of like no matter how late I do it, it's whiffing, right? So it's more combo fodder if anything. Jumping like kick. Um, this is hard to demonstrate on Spider-Man. He is a really short. It does have some just because of just the way it looks. Might look like they're gonna cross up and then stay in front. I don't think he has any command versions of those in the air. Nope. So, oops, sorry about that. So, jump heavy punch is just a jumping swipe. This also looks like it crosses up, but it's a fake cross up. It's crazy because it's really good. It almost always, and let me not even say almost, it always stays on that same side. I've never seen it cross up, but it looks like it crosses up, which is crazy. It's a really good normal. Um, his command normal, which I think is really good, is jumping forward heavy punch, which is this symbiote drill type move. Um, it's multi-hitting. Oops, it's multi-hitting. It's a decent jump in. You got to do it kind of early because the move takes a little bit of time to start up. Just a little bit. But and then when you do the short hop version, you can sort of like lunge him forward like that. It's pretty good. Heavy kick. This is his go-to cross-up, jumping heavy kick. And again, it can set up fake cross-up situations, but it's a really good cross-up. in general. Oh God, let me not make myself a liar. I know it's a good crossover. I just can't get the hit because for some reason I know why I picked Spider-Man. We all know why I picked Spider-Man, but yeah, Spider-Man's kind of short. His hurt box is kind of low to the ground, so yeah. Um, so I said, oh, did I do all his standing normals? I did not do the most important standing normal that he has, which is his forward fierce punch or heavy punch. I keep saying fierce. His forward heavy punch, it does cause a crumple state, which you can do stuff off of. Obviously, it's pretty good. I like it, and I wasn't expecting him to give him a straight up crumple move like that, which is pretty cool. So his special moves, as you just saw, I'm gonna go through his new special moves first, because I think he only has two. I didn't use Venom in the older games, so I don't really know what's new. Well, I wouldn't be able to tell you completely what's new and what's not, but I know for a fact this is new. Um, it has a trap. The heavy version, if you hold it, it can track. You can't retract it. Like you can't go back and forth. It will only move forward if you hold it. Right? You can't like fake people out, act like you're sending it forward and then draw it back in. That won't work. The light one, if I'm not mistaken, you can't guide it. You can't move it. It stays where it is. So this trap is pretty good because in Spider-Man, I didn't set my controls so that I could control Spider-Man because I'm an idiot. But yeah, if I do it and Spider-Man's underneath it, it will grab him. This will also work if Spider-Man jumps. So let's see here. Or if he's airborne in general. I tried to get him over it. The point of the matter is, if he's up in the air but he's over it, it works a lot like Trish. It works a lot like Trish from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where she has her trap on the ground. If she has her trap on the ground, and you go over it, it will activate and it'll hit you. In this case, it will grab you out the air. It is not a command grab. It is not a command grab. It can be blocked. Both versions can be blocked. So it's not a command grab, but it is pretty good. It's good for setting up traps and stuff, which I'll try to go over later. I haven't really practiced anything using that. I think this is new. Tatsu with punch in the air, which is core circle back. Um, it gives you this move, this sort of lunging forward move. The animation at the ending animation causes a wall bounce, which you can obviously combo after. It's pretty good. I'm pretty sure this is a new move. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's a new move. The heavy version, the heavy version has the same effect. It moves like upward slightly. The light one moves straight forward. The heavy one, as you can see here, moves upward at an angle. I think they do the same damage. Yeah, they do the same damage. That's a good move for combo extension. It's one of his go-to moves actually for combo extension. And then you have the classic, I think it's called Venom Bite, which, to be honest, kind of operates like a dive kick. I believe it's safe on block. Can't really test it out right now, but from what I've seen, I believe it's safe on block. You can get a combo off of it. I don't know. Yeah, you can get a combo off of both versions. So that's the light one, and oops, the heavy one. And you can actually get it to cross up. You have to know the range, know your approach angle, but you can't get it to cross up. And it's good for starting combos. It's also good for doing tricky stuff, right? So you would like do it, and as you're sailing over them, tag out, force them to block in the other direction real quick, and if they don't react, then you get a combo. He also has his grounded versions. You cannot combo after the grounded versions unless it's a unless you go straight into a super. You cannot combo off of that didn't work. You cannot combo off the grounded versions. Does that work? Yeah, that works. But They are good for tagging situations and stuff like that. So they definitely have a use. I don't know if the grounded versions are safe. I'm pretty sure that the air heavy version is safe though. I'm almost positive. What else? He has his classic web throw. I believe he had this in the other games. I want to say for sure he had this in the other games. There's an upward version and he has a horizontal version, which you do get combos off of. He actually just runs in automatically, depending on where. Like, so if you do it from here, from like mid screen, if he's off screen when the move finishes, he'll run in and do an attack. However, if you do it, like let's say I'm in the corner right here and I do it, it doesn't move me, right? So I never left the screen, so I don't you don't get that run in action like that. You can combo off of it. It's a little bit tricky. You gotta know what situations to throw it out and what situation you're gonna end up in when the move is over. It's definitely a good move. It is not a command throw. I'm pretty sure it can be blocked. Let me check before I say that. But I'm pretty sure it can be blocked. Let's see. Yeah, it can be blocked. So it's still a really good move. You can catch people off guard with it a lot. The air version is pretty much the same. Good for snatching folks out the air. Let me see what else. What other special moves does he have? Oh, what is? I don't. Is this Venom Bite? I don't even know the name of these moves, honestly. I think I've called like 3 different moves Venom Bite. But this move's pretty. It's okay. It doesn't have too many uses. It's got a decent amount of startup. He can combo into. Let me see. He can combo into his web throw afterwards. It takes a bit of timing, but yeah, it does work. I've seen it work. I haven't done it, but I've seen other people do it. So that's pretty cool. It lets him get like a full screen combo situation, and he can probably do other special moves after it, with the proper timing, which I don't have because I'm not good. Now I'm trying to think of what other special moves he has. I don't want to miss anything. So by pressing 2 kicks in the air, so we're gonna go over his mobility. So by pressing 2 kicks in the air, you get this sort of web glide move, right? Like Spider-Man has. Um, it works kind of the same way. I don't know. I feel like while he has some of the same tools as Spider-Man, his mobility isn't nearly as good as Spider-Man's is. And I don't know if because Spider-Man's web glide, if that's what it's even called, um, it has a lot of priority. So it'll go through a lot of things. I don't know if this one works the same way. I haven't really played Venom yet in a match. I think I may have played Venom once in a match. He can do it down forward. He can do it down. He can do it down back. He cannot do it forward. He can't do it forward, straight forward. And he can't do it straight back. It'll always shoot at an angle. From the ground, he can go up forward. He can go back, up back. It does give him a hit, which he can then combo afterwards. What else? What else? What else? And he has an air dash, right? Just like Spider-Man, he has a regular air dash. By pressing both punches in the air, you can air dash forward by swinging off his web. You barely see it, but you see him swinging off the web. It kind of looks like he's just jumping, off the air, but you do see the web. And he can also, obviously, he can air dash back, which is another way to just open people up in the air and mix people up by like flying over them and then active tagging out. I'm going to try and demonstrate a Venom combo. I want to say an easy combo, but I hesitate to say an easy combo because I'm pretty sure I'm going to drop it. Let's see. There we go. I'm not gonna try too much. Oops. Another thing to note, while I completely gloss over the fact that I botched that combo, is this move here. This is good for comboing into his hyper combo, his air hyper combo, which I'm gonna go over his hypers in a minute. But the thing is, you have to be. It's very strict timing. So if you launch, do a move, and you do that, you cannot cancel it too early. You have to wait until the last hit. You cancel the very last hit, and it'll combo the wall bounce. There are other ways to use the wall bounce to extend combos rather than just go directly into a super, which is what I was trying to demonstrate. Um, but yeah, that's kind of how that works. I'm bad. So his supers, yes, this one, which is classic super. All his supers are fresh out of older games except for his level 3. There's this one, which you've already seen twice. This one's really good for tag situations. You can tag him in and just do stuff. I did not think that was gonna hit. That's crazy. Punch his face. You can tag in and just do stuff during that super. I think the ground one though. This one, I think this is gonna be good. If you make them block it, I think it's gonna up. And as you can see, you can combo after he does the same running effect as he does when he goes off screen from doing the web slam. So you can combo off of that. But I think one of the best uses of it is going to be sort of like a set play deal where you make someone block it, and then you just mix your opponent up high low. You can't do left right. You can't really do left right mix ups because of how auto blocking works, but you can do high low mix ups. So if I go to all guard and I do that super, I tag in, I can really quickly try to open my opponent up. It isn't as good as like say Dante or a beam super where they're just locked down forever. You got a few opportunities where you can try to open them up, but it's definitely good in that regard. And that's kind of Venom. Where I think Venom falls in terms of the tier list, I'd say maybe I'd go so far as to say maybe upper mid just because of his ease of use. He's a really easy to use character. You can dive in if you know how to do quarter circle forward, quarter circle back, down, down. You can dive in and start doing his combos. He doesn't have anything that is like way too complicated. He really doesn't. I think he's a fun character, and I do think he has one of the better looking character models in the game. Like the character looks amazing. But that's kind of Venom in a nutshell. I think with Venom, you want to use his air mobility as much as possible. Just try and psych your opponent out because he can get some dirty cross-ups off of his web glide. I don't know if it's called web glide. I just keep calling it that. But this move here, he does get some dirty cross-ups off of it, and I'm pretty sure someone's gonna figure out how to like maximize his damage a lot more. Ooh, did I get it? I think I got it. Oh, okay. See, yeah, I got it. But this is not maximum damage, not at all. I've seen much more damage from this character. That's just a small example of what things you can string together to make the character do some cool kind of swaggy combos. Um, but yeah, I'd rate Venom in terms of overall design, play style, the feel of the character. I'd rate him at about, to be honest, I'd rate him at about an 8.5. About an 8.5. I think he's good. Um, I think that there are obviously characters in the game that are much better. So I'm not gonna say he's like a 10 out of 10. I think his design for the most part for me is what like pushes him up a bit for me in terms of where he lands as a character. I think his design is amazing. I think his animations are amazing. This move looks so sick. This move looks so sick. Um, but I'm babbling on. That's it for this breakdown. I hope you learned something helpful. I know it wasn't too in depth. I don't know too much about the character. He just dropped a few hours ago. I will be using the character a bit more just to try to flesh him out and see what his real potential is. In the meantime, the next video is going to focus around this guy, Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is, out of all three characters, he's the one I was most excited for, and he's. We'll talk about it next time. We'll talk about it next time. This has been the Legendary Fox King here at By the Field Gaming, and I will see you guys again